I finally got all these rollbacks put together. These kits are designed for the grand hauler truck with a day cab. You might be able to make it fit something else, but it's not what I've designed it for, so if you're into it, go for it. If not, this is what they're for. I just put this one on my bench frame here so that I can sort of demonstrate how they work before I start packing them up. Most of them are already sold. I may have a couple available here, but I have a bunch of people that I have to contact. Now that they're done, I'm going to get rid of the ones that were already spoken for with deposits weeks ago first, and then go from there on the ones that haven't sold. I need to get fancy here and have some sort of power supply on my bench so that I don't have to use alligator clips and a drill controller that I took apart and all this stuff hooked to a battery. It's haywire, but it's worked for years. Would be nice to have something fancier, but I'm cheap. Believe it or not, there's not tons of money in this job, so I try to scrimp and save and spend on stuff that I need, not necessarily want. This haywire setup gets the job done. Anyways, these things work pretty nice. It's really simple bolt-on kit if you're using a grand hauler. Like I say, obviously you gotta have day cab, but no need to drill any holes. You remove one cross member, use the factory bolt holes, hinge, everything that all uses factory bolt holes. Super easy install. You do have to do some wiring. You will need speed controls. You'll need two of them, one for the slide, one for the tilt. If you want to put a winch on, that's another thing. There is holes in the chassis. It's really hard to see with these things being black, but there are 4 holes here drilled for the winch. Anybody that's buying one of these things that has a winch that they're going to put it on there, do yourself a favor, put the winch on the deck before you install the deck on the truck. It'll make life way easier. Unfortunately, there's a cross member underneath there that needs to be there, and it kind of ends up right in the way. It makes it a little bit harder to get the bolts and nuts on for the winches, so if they're already mounted on the chassis, it's a real pain. Do it without the headache rack on there as well. I'm going to ship these things with the headache racks packed separately, so you will need to install them. It's not a big deal, it's only 4 bolts, but it makes it a smaller shipping package that way. I have optional control boxes on this one, just for display. I think a number of you guys have reached out to me and said that yeah, you want them on yours. Lights, lenses are installed in the back. If you want to wire them up, this little cover here just pops off. It's 3D printed on these ones. They bent them up out of metal on the old ones, but they were harder to get fit and whatever else, so this is a sort of a tidier detail. But that pops off so you can access the backs of the lenses. There's a hole in it to run wiring down the frame and whatnot. Anyways, yeah, I got, like I say, I'm gonna pull this one off the chassis here now. All 12 of them that I built are put together. So I'll get this one off and in the pile there, and then I'm gonna start packing up stuff and figuring out shipping costs for everybody and that sort of thing. So anyhow, I better go get on with it here. I've been grinding away for weeks on this stuff, so I'm looking forward to some time off over Christmas, I hope, if I can get all this stuff done and shipped out. So anyways, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.